Fellow Kenya, President William Ruto says that he has fixed the economy. But the main question is, whose economy has he fixed? And he says he wants a second term. But this second term to do what that he has not done? And if he has said he has done everything, then why does he need more time in office? Fellow Kenyans, the president's narrative of self-congratulation has begun, touting his achievements and seeking re-election. However, his claims of stabilizing the economy, providing affordable housing, and ensuring free healthcare and education are far from the truth. The reality is that these benefits have only reached a select few, his friends, family, and relatives. The president has started scorecarding himself that he has performed so well that he deserves the second term, while at the same time pushing a bill in parliament to extend his term from 5 years to 7-year term. The president claims that he has delivered affordable housing for all Kenyans, meaning, as far as he is concerned, all Kenyans now have decent housing, no slums in Kenya anymore, so those in slums are only but pretenders. Secondly, he believes that SHA is fully operational. Therefore, all Kenyans have access to affordable, reliable, and effective healthcare, so anyone claiming is a terrorist and should be shot on the leg. The president believes that education is now free for all, so those university students, secondary and primary school pupils who are not in school are lazy and not well brought up by their parents. He is currently fighting corruption, so the 4 billion shillings lost per day to corruption will now be used for offering free healthcare, education, settle all pending bills, and ensure flowing water in your taps and school feeding programs in all the public schools in Kenya. The president believes that more than 5 million youths have jobs because of him. So those idling at home for lack of jobs have voluntarily chosen poverty over economic freedom. For this, he is seeking to be re-elected in 2027. The truth is, we can't afford William Ruto. Kenyans know that. A president who has overtaxed Kenyans, overborrowed, and overburdened Kenyans, but delivered only hot air. The only thing that made us leave the street action was the hope that we shall send him home on August 10th, 2027. This is the only opium of the masses. But our wish is that he lives now, only that we shall wait for the ballot revolution. But if he dares provoke and insult our intelligence, we shall do it better than Nepal, since Nepal used Kenyan Gen Z's playbook. Let me tell you, Kenyans, that the president is right that he has stabilized the economy, provided affordable housing, offered free healthcare since SHA is working, free education, and jobs provided. But the question is, for who? He has fixed the economy for his friends who were broke before he took office and are billionaires in the current cabinet. Their pockets are overflowing with money that he doesn't see anything wrong with the economy. And since those other hungry Kenyans don't interact with him in day to day, he doesn't see any problem with the economy. Look at the president's friends, those he hangs around with. They are the richest politicians and businessmen who make their money with state capture. So it's true, he has fixed the economy, but whose economy? Those of his family, friends, and relatives. For these same people, their universal healthcare coverage is working, they have decent housing, and all of them have jobs, and their children have best education and are thriving. And he himself fly expensive jets. So who are you to complain? You who has been left out. The president's assertion that corruption is being tackled is laughable, given the billions lost daily to graft. His promise to create jobs has fallen flat, with many youths still struggling to find employment. It's clear that his policies cater to the wealthy and the connected, leaving the vulnerable and the marginalized behind. The economy he claims to have stabilized is that of his inner circle, not the ordinary Kenyan. While they feast on abundance, millions struggle to make ends meet every day. The Affordable Housing Initiative has bypassed the majority, leaving slum dwellers to fend for themselves. The Social Healthcare Authority has failed to deliver reliable healthcare to the masses. And education remains a privilege, but not a right, as spelled by the Constitution. As a strategy professor, there are strategies termed as destined to fail. When one sells a product or service expensively, yet it can offer value to the clients, it's called high prices, low value. It's a strategy destined to fail. That's what the president is doing. He is running a very expensive government, a broad base for that matter, flying private jets and living luxurious life, using taxpayers' money, but offering zero value for that very expensive lifestyle and government he runs. It is very unfortunate and depressing. But fellow Kenyans, don't lose hope. Kenya will evolve. Today is the 10th of September, 2025. Exactly 23 months for us to send this insensitive administration home so that Kenya can evolve from feeding 5,000, the people in the inner circle of the president, and the insensitive political class that shed crocodile tears, to feeding 56 million Kenyans when we would have evolved under a government that is based on shepherd leadership. I want to remind you, fellow Kenyans, that with five fish and 2 loaves of bread, Jesus fed 5,000 people approximately 2,000 years ago. That is between 6 to 4 BC, before Christ. How can we, in the 21st century, continue feeding only 5,000 and the rest are left out? Jesus did not feed the rich. He fed the least, the lost, and the last. Why should you have a president who start feeding the rich while the least and the lost and the last can only salivate at the wealth and the opulence of the rich, headed by the president? For that matter, I offer you shepherd leadership, where we shall take care of the least, the lost, and the last. It's a leadership that starts with ensuring that Kibra, Huruma, Mukuru kwa Njenga is sorted first before the leadership of the rich are sorted. When I used to graze cows while growing up under my grandmother, we were always instructed as shepherds to take lunch after the cattle have fed and have been taken to drink water in River Nzoia, which passes Masiro Kathieno in Ugenya. And this was not to be reversed at any given time. In fact, those who brought food to the shepherds used to come only after the cows have fed and drank water. President William Ruto, who comes from a pastoralist community, needs to know better. This very important shepherd leadership. Fellow Kenyans, let's not be fooled again. The time for evolve is now. In 23 months, we have the opportunity to send this insensitive administration home and usher in a new era of leadership that truly serves the people. Let's seize this chance and build a brighter future for all Kenyans so that Kenyans, we can all evolve together. God bless you and God bless Kenya. Thank you.